I first met Neil when I started out working at Empire Justice Center. I was in my 20s. I was new to the state capitol, to the work, and he was always kind, considerate, and welcoming to his office and ready to help. One of the things that's so special about Neil is that he gets to know you as a human being. He cares deeply about the issues that we work on, about civil legal services, about access to justice. He cares deeply about the community, and those are things that it's just not always the case with members of the legislature. They're very busy people, they're very important, and Neil just never had that posture with us.
I think it's pretty clear that Neil instinctively believes in the same mission that is the mission of Empire Justice. I don't think there's any question about that. And I think I know why. When Neil was a boy, growing up in a large family, his mother inculcated, I think is the word I want to use, every one of her children in believing that everybody deserved equal standing, that everybody deserved a free chance, and that everybody had value. I think that the things that we have seen Neil support in the work of Empire Justice come from exactly that time. And I think at some time during this conversation about Neil, we should toast Mary Breslin, his mother, because I think it's Mary Breslin that sent him on the road of social justice and brought him to us.
If you want to know what I think about his impact on civil legal services, it's one of my favorite topics to talk about, because Neil really was the head of the upstate delegation of Democratic senators, okay? He became the senior member of that coalition. He really championed the effort to make sure there was parity between upstate legal services and New York City legal services. He just took the bull by the horns, made sure that the money was flowing to people upstate, but also what he did with the judiciary. So much of what Kristen does depends on what the Court of Appeals, which is the highest court in the state, they do. And he made sure that the Court of Appeals and other courts had representation on the court that reflected his principles, which happened to be reflective of what Kristen does.
I'd rather talk to the Empire Justice Center than I would to IBM, because that was my background and my culture. People in need were always there. And governments tended, if they had a cut, they cut the people who needed it the most. So Empire Justice was coming in, as with other not-for-profits, and there were times when Empire Justice needed a legislative push. It was part of my culture that my parents said, whatever you have, which is little at the time, is you have an obligation to do something for someone else. Those things easily transition to the Empire Justice Center. They've been so impressive over my years, and they've made my job so much easier as a legislator, to keep me abreast of the issues that are going on, to keep me focused on saying, what, you don't have that money from the government? Well, why don't we do something about that? Why don't we set up a meeting with so-and-so? And it works. But it works because Empire Justice works, and it's unique in that work. There's lots of other areas of people who are wealthy and corporations that are wealthy that can help out, but the Empire Justice is there for the people who can't help themselves. Something, I've been honored at a few galas. This is the top of the list, because Empire Justice, the people who work for Empire Justice, in my head, I've always said, they're the people I'm serving. And now to be honored by them is such a thrill for me.
Thinking about who to give this award to this year, Neil's name immediately came to mind. And part of the reason is, yes, because he's retired from being a state senator, and we want him to know what a big difference he made for us while he was in the Senate, knowing that we could go to him for his support and that he would speak up for our needs. That's just one of the things that I've always appreciated about him. He's just a good human being, and he really deserves to be recognized for that.